What's up, guys? This is Redline here back with another one. Today, I wanted to talk about the changing of the guard in terms of PvP and what the meta and how it's shifting and how Team Synergy is now at the forefront, in my opinion, in regards to how we're going to be playing PvP, how we play this game, and what it means to us. So, if you guys are interested uh, in this, please leave a like and subscribe. I got some more content coming out for you guys. Got some bills and things like that. But today I just want to talk how Team Synergy is now the meta. We all know at the top of the PvP, the top of PvP, like the best PvP teams, those that consistently get manhunt, rank, whatever, 50 or higher, and that play together all the time. Synergy is for those groups are always a thing. But commonly, people stuck to what I like to call selfish builds, which is why a lot of those teams, even when I fight them, some of them, the sweats, as we like to call them, uh, lose to players that have more team synergy. And I think team synergy now is becoming more at the forefront in regards to PvP. Now, what I'm going to show you guys is just a quick explanation what I believe to be true and how I feel that this is going to be the new norm and how things you will see now in the Dark Zone in regards to PvP is going to be more team synergy wise and less, uh, how should I say, selfish. We all know you'll run into a team of four with L's, I's, X's in their names, usually the sweats, and 9 times out of 10 they're running the meta, right? Let's just get into what's the meta, all right? I have one put together for you guys here. All right, so the meta, generally speaking, right, is something like this, right? You'll have, your Picaro holster, Fox prayers, something like that. Maybe two Walker Harris, Fenris, Catharsis with a FAMAS, something like that, right? They may have a survivalist, that'll be for the team, or they have Firewolf or a longer kit, Defender drone, things of that nature. Something around this, right? Like I just threw this together for the most part. This is the what generally you see amongst some of the best players in the game. And to me, this entire setup is selfish. And let me explain why. Now, if you're running the survivalist, I get it. The survivalist kit you can use for your team. I've seen teams layer themselves. One person pops a kit, everybody push, do the same thing over and over again until they finally run through the opposing team, right? But in Catharsis, you can heal up other players if they stand in your cloud or whatever. But generally, to me, this is more of a selfish build, right? So, um, Adrenaline Rush doesn't help anybody, uh, and neither does Unbreakable. It just helps you, increases your survivability because every 9 times out of 10, those teams are strafing all day and not really seeking position, but more to run you over with overwhelming armor and survivabilities. These builds, you tend to get upset. These players tend to get upset at things like the counters for that, right? Like Glass Cannon punishes you for being out of a position, kills you, gets you out of the way quickly, so other players could beam down the lesser armor um, teammates. Uh, and you don't get to use adrenaline rush, right? And what I mean by the meta, this is not the only meta. Like if what I also would include in the meta, spider vigilance. Uh, spider vigilance builds usually around 1.5 armor and up. This is also included in that, right? Spider does help the team in regard. Well, not spider, but if you have the laser pointer, it does mark up other enemies. But you tend to see these types of builds um, when you're fighting players in PvP. Now, with the addition of these two new gear sets, I feel like uh, we had the counter to the meta already with things like status, um, things like glass cannon. We have the counter already And now we had the counter to the counter, which is what was needed, right? But the Cavalier gets it. For instance, I'll show you my build here. Hold on. All right, so this is like one of my builds, right? Um, this is just me just throwing this together for you guys to see. This is one of my builds, what I tend to use, right? I could benefit from like the chest piece of the backpack, but this is just what I'm using for my team. So I can get this much crit chance, crit damage because of the new gun, right? And also, I'm at almost 100% hazard protection, right? I'm at 90, 100% burn resistance in case, for those other, pesky players, right? With the status builds. Now these builds, right? This build right here allows me to give my team my hazard protection. That's super important in regards to how this game is being played. I put demolitionist on this to give my team 5% damage to targets out of cover. You're gonna see a lot of teams, if not every team, running one of these, at least two, maybe two, to layer the charge talent on top of it, right? So with every team running these, you had to counter the status on deck. So the goal is to get rid of this guy who you see now. It will probably be the main focus, right? And normally you will see a future initiative build, right? Um, or a healer, right? Was what this was prior. So now in groups, I feel like that'll be running servers like all day. You're gonna see one of these bad boys, a Cavalier, and then you're gonna see a future initiative, right? And then you're gonna see two DPS players, maybe one spotter, maybe one adrenaline rush. Shoot, you might catch a Cavalier with a tardigrade on, so nobody doesn't have to wear unbreakable, right? Because this is what I do in some of my teams and some of my builds. I will rock a high armor tardigrade uh, to help my team, so they don't even have to wear unbreakable. You don't generally see all four players with different builds on and different specializations. I feel like this meta is going to shift in a way of we're going to have so many more people running different types of builds, different team setups. I'm just saying the teams are the best now will no longer be four players moving and shaking, strafing all day in the middle of like a server. Like, hey, let's just move and shake. Let's just shake. If you want that 4v4, go to conflict. I mean, the players that will be running servers for a long time. You'll have maybe a shotgun guy and a long range DPS guy, but you will guaranteed have one of these bad boys in every group just in case you have a status effect guy or something like that to help them mitigate damage and keep them from dying to skills. This is a new change and a welcome change, right? It's almost like having an immune box with you, just not on every individual player. I welcome this change. This gear set, in my opinion, has so many different ways to go. It will never be the best healer build. It couldn't do that. I have a healer version of this. To me, it's not super great, and to me, it would never be the best quote unquote tank in regards to like PvP. I mean PvE. Um, that's Foundry Bulwark, and then the healer is Future Initiative because it exists. Um, you guys, let me know what your new builds are. We have so many different things. I just wish players would put together, and the rise of diversity in the Dark Zone is crazy. Um, just because this gear set exists, this gun is not overpowered just because it exists. Simply because of that. There's so many counters to it, right? The rise of the synergized team to me is what is the new meta. It's no longer adrenaline rush only. Um, adrenaline rush, Unbreakable is no longer the meta. Not in my opinion. With that being said, let me show you guys some other things. So, normally, what I feel like is in the meta now is this crossbow because of this kit, right? And the fire grenades because when you set somebody on fire, you get extra damage to status targets. That's what this is for. I feel like you can run one of these. This is going to be important too, right? Somebody pointed this out to me earlier, right? Like party. This is also a counter to the gun or any shot that's becoming super popular now. You can be immune to shock with somebody and disrupt. You know, obviously you can be long as it's undisrupted, right? You're immune to shock and disrupted as long as you're next to whoever has this. They have a skill. So 9 times out of 10, that's going to be the healer or something of that nature, like the healer or the guy with the booster hive or something like that. One of those support players. So that's what that's going to be. That's what this is fun for, right? As far as this is what this is good for, right? Give you the skill tier, and then it gives you the ability to not get shot by things like the new gun, right? And these grenades, y'all don't understand. Like, I know if you don't have 3 skill tiers, um, you can't really kill a 6 skill tier build. But if you throw one of these nades on any skill, um, they'll be locked out for a long time, man. A lot of players don't really notice that. Like I can throw that next to a healer, they hive is useless for like 10 seconds unless they destroy it and redeploy it. This is good for its kit. People love this kit, right? And also, when you're within 10 meters, I mean, well, yeah, 10 meters of anybody. So if you, let's say your tank guy pops one of these kits, run within 10 meters of anybody, your team does 10% extra damage to them. So you're going to start seeing a lot of mix up, I feel like, between this, and this. This will be on the tank guy. This will be on the healer. No, this will be on the healer. This will be on the support guy. This will be on the DPS. Right? We know this is normally for snipers or whatever. But also, if you wanted to run this kit is amazing too. So if you can manage to pop this kit, it'll clear you from all status effects and give you resistance. So, um, but to me, the primary specializations you're going to see in these team synergies is going to be the crossbow, grenade launcher for the 5% um, damage to targets out of cover for the team. And also another thing, if you're in a face-to-face um, tanking with somebody, right, and they pop your kit, sometimes this right here, when your arm goes to 0, it refills all your ammo when they pop your armor. So let's just say you're somebody a face tanking, he runs out of ammo, needs to reload, and y'all do the same amount of damage to each other. You get when he pop your armor, you ain't got to reload. You still back to business. You're still shooting. So if I'm firing this gun right here with 70 rounds, this St. Elmo's with 70 rounds, they pop my armor, I'm back to 70 rounds, and I'm still shooting while he's trying to find a way to med kit and reload while he's strafing around trying to figure out what to do. So this is super useful in face tank situations. A lot of people don't get that also. Um, these are just some of my ideas and why I think the meta is going to shift around from just a normal, and players are going to start using things that are more outside the box. Not really outside the box, but uh, people are going to switch it up. I don't think anything's overpowered anymore. Just about, we almost got all of that stuff cleared away. Players had the ability to switch out, swap, and do what they need to do. So if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know what you guys think, man. Is the meta, old meta dead? 4 players, Adrenaline Rush, um, Adrenaline Rush, Unbreakable, is that meta gone? And do you agree with me that the rise of synergized teams will be a lot more um, prominent in the Dark Zone and the PvP in general? Um, if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe. I got some builds coming for you guys. I'll show off my Cavalier set and how I use mines. Um, I have an updated negotiator build. I have a few builds. True Patriot build coming soon. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys later. Remember, loyalty comes natural. Peace.